What is up, everyone? How's it going? My name is Daniel Francis. And listen, I understand the title might annoy some people. I want to give context to it. I know a lot of speech therapists and great people with great intentions and who have created also great results at the same time. But I want to give you my feedback. You know, I've worked with hundreds of people across the world who've stuttered, who struggle with confident speech. I've gone through speech therapy. I've tried many different options or alternatives. What I want to share, because what I do is something a little bit different than the norm. And I've worked with people that are 14, and I've gone to speech therapy for years. I've worked with people in their 30s, their 40s. I've worked with 60-year-olds. And based on my experience with working with all these different types of personalities, I've realized one of the biggest things that hold a lot of people back, and that's kind of what I want to break down. So this isn't meant to talk bad about the industry, about speech therapists. I want to give you my 2 cents as someone who's dealt with stuttering and what really worked for me and what's really been working with my clients. So with that being said, my name is Daniel Francis. I'm the creator of the Master Your Stutter program. What I do is I help people overcome stuttering, lifelong stuttering, through public speaking. If you want to learn more, you can go to masteryourstutter.com. I'll leave the link below where you can see a breakdown of basically how I did it and my story. But in this video, let's just kind of break it down, and so I can enlighten you from my opinion. I'm super curious to hear your comments down below. Just don't hate me too much, okay? So let's get into it. So one of the biggest things, and big disclaimer, I wrote this down. I'm not a speech therapist. I do not promote myself as someone who is a speech therapist or a speech professional. I'm someone who's dealt with stuttering all my life, and I feel like I've stumbled onto something that has helped me and has helped many people as well. So I definitely want to put that as a disclaimer. So, first one, group coaching or group versus one-on-one. So one of the biggest things that I've realized that makes, for example, when I work with my own clients different is the group aspect. So what I teach is public speaking. So my belief is if I'm given a client or someone who's stuttered and I teach them how to public speak naturally, and not even someone who's stuttered, but anyone who struggles with confident speaking, even salespeople, if they can learn that aspect, it's a domino effect. Everything else becomes easy in your life, right? Because I think it's the number one thing that's the most feared in the world, which is public speaking. I think the second biggest fear is like being burnt alive, something crazy like that. So public speaking is a fear for everyone across the world. So if I can get you, for example, if you're my client, to learn the art of speaking in front of groups, not just a person with a mic and hello, my name is Daniel and welcome to my show, right? But where you're speaking in front of 3, 4, 5, 6 people at a dinner, at a meeting, and really own it, that skill trickles to everything else. Trickles to meeting strangers, trickles into a relationship with your boss, relationship with your partner, going on dates. So that is my belief. Now here's the problem with speech therapy. A lot of it is focused on one-on-one. So it's you come in for an hour, you pay $100, $150, $200, $50, and you practice with different techniques, and you read out loud, and you do breathing techniques, and obviously there's different methods. But a lot of it is just focused on one-on-one. So they might get confidence through that session, but then what happens is when it comes to the real world and they start talking to people and they get put on the spot and 3, 4 people are staring at them waiting for an answer, they freeze up because they haven't really focused on the group aspect. They haven't mastered the idea of hey, for example, on my calls, we'll have up to 10, 15, 20 people at most. I mean, depending on obviously the day and the week. But say you have 10 people on the call and I ask one of my clients a question. All 9 other people are listening. They have to give an answer. They have to talk. They have to explain what they're saying, not just to me. They're speaking to the whole crowd. And that's a muscle, just like a muscle that, on your body that needs to get built. You're not born with that muscle. Some people are, but most people aren't. So you have to really learn that group aspect. And what this does, when you learn that group aspect, confidence. Confidence in your abilities. You can walk into a room and if someone picks on you, you go, hey, what's up? You're able to be put on the spot. You want to be a leader at work. You got to learn how to speak in front of groups. So that would be my 2 cents to one-on-one. Is the one-on-one is great. And I do one-on-ones with my own clients for little periods. But the main objective is not just getting them, because I get this all the time. I'm really good with one-on-ones. But when it comes to group, it's a whole different story. Exactly. So I can train you one-on-one, but the best thing to do is get comfortable in groups. That's why people join Toastmasters, which is a public speaking thing. I run my own Toastmasters day in my own program, but the group aspect is bar to none one of the most valuable things that I feel like overall in the traditional method for speech therapy isn't really preached because it's not an easy thing to do. So I hope that makes sense. Let's go to the next one. Mindset versus, I'll just say this, speech techniques. So, what does that mean? Mindset. So one of the biggest things that I realized that speech therapy didn't really work for me was all they focused on was techniques. This breathing technique, this tapping technique, this diaphragm or this, somewhere to do with your throat area technique. You need to swallow like this or you need to breathe like this and just slow it down or having a different tempo. Right? I can hear this, some speech therapists go, we don't teach that or whatever, right? But you get my point. It's all focused on, right? Techniques. One of the biggest things I talk about, even being a great communicator, is if you mess up, it is what it is. I'm not preaching here to be perfect. I might say things that, don't make sense sometimes, or I might stutter, or who cares? The idea is, do you get the whole message? That's what a good communicator is. So, I want to share that. Because a lot of people who stutter are afraid to mess up, afraid to fail. Like, for example, I might put this video out and some people might not like it. It is what it is, but I'm okay with that. And that's something that I teach. You gotta fail forward. We'll talk about that in a bit. Mindset. And I was recently talking to a medical doctor in the UK. And he said, Daniel, for years and years, a lot of our industry was on if we want to fix this problem, we give them this pill or we treat this exact problem. Whereas for me, it's a holistic approach. You got to handle the whole pie, the whole person. And for me, the mind is the initial problem of a person. So for example, you can have the best speech techniques, the best breathing technique in the world, but if the mind is chaotic, it won't last. I hope that makes sense. The mind needs to be on point. You can have the best trainer, you can have the best diet plan, the best chefs, but if your mind's a mess, you're not gonna show up to the gym and you're not gonna be consistent at the gym, or you're not gonna be consistent with your diet, right? You have the best trainers, the best people around you, but if the mind is a mess, nothing works. And I would say that's probably one of the biggest difference that makes me different, which is initially when someone works with me, we need to get you positive, dude. Like, are you feeling good? Right? Are you beating yourself up? Are you stuttering and then saying stupid, 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 stupid? Because that's a problem. That's a problem, right? Because if you're like stupid, 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 now I have to go apply this breathing technique. You're not gonna be consistent with it. It's one of the biggest things. I need help with accountability, Daniel. Exactly. Because if the mind's a mess, you won't keep up with anything else. If that makes sense, comment down below. Give me a thumbs up. Give me something, man. But I want you to get that. The mind is the foundation to everything. If the mind is a mess, the house will crumble. Think of a house. You have the property, but then below it is the foundation. The mind is the foundation. So the speech techniques are necessary. I have different breathing techniques, and I have what's called the stop, swallow, reset method, and I have all these different techniques, and they're necessary. But initially, we gotta focus on the mind. And then when the mind is on point, the techniques work even better, okay? Then, one of the last things, and this is, I feel like I pride myself on that. People need to be light and fun. Another smiley face. Humor. One thing that drives me up the wall is how serious people can get. To change, you gotta be light. You gotta be fun. You gotta have humor. You can't be like, try this technique and be serious and practice that, and then I'll see you later, and then just like, it doesn't flow well. What makes me naturally, what's helped me overcome my stutter is the fact that I look at communication in a light way. I'm fun. Even on my calls, I'm like, all right guys, everyone say yes sir, or heck yes. You know, I'll do something like, okay, I want everyone to repeat after me. Say heck yes, right? If this is making sense, say heck yes, right? It's fun, it's light, it's humorous. I'll make jokes. I want people to also make jokes. Laughing allows you to be loose. See, when you're tense, that's when you'll stutter more. That's when you'll block more. But when you're light, when you're fun, when you're being humorous, you know, if a great speech therapist, and I've seen many, they're fun, man. They're fun to be around. It's not this serious thing. It's not you're someone who stutters and struggles with speech. Let's feel bad for each other. No, they're fun. Hey, it is what it is. Let's crack jokes. Let's laugh. When you do that, the mind gets better because, you know, think why people like comedians, because it's fun here, it's enjoyable, right? YouTube and TikToks and songs and movies, what makes someone charismatic? Being light and fun. So if you want to make someone better, first off, group, 1000%. Someone needs to get confident. This is the priority. This is why, to me, when I say, oh, you want to overcome your stutter, public speak. How? Learn public speak. Go on Zoom. Go figure it out. Go to, I don't know, go to a place where you can practice speaking in public. Go to a public place and talk to a couple friends. Go socialize more. The one-on-one is great to strategize a little bit, but that is temporary. Secondly, the mind. The mind needs to be on point. If the mind's a mess, the speech is a mess. If the mind is a mess, basically your whole life's a mess. You gotta focus on mindset. I'm very big on knowing how to be confident, knowing how to have the right attitude, and looking at life from a different lens, rather than just, hey, just do the speech technique and you're fine. I don't see that actually working. I've met a lot of people. Second thing is you gotta be fun, man. You gotta be light. You gotta be humorous. You gotta take it easy. So I hope that makes sense. This is my 2 cents. Super curious. If you like this video, like it. If you dislike it, I hope you don't. Super curious to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. But this is who I am. My name is Daniel Francis. If you guys don't know too much about me, I'm the creator of the Master Your Stutter program, where I help people overcome stuttering through public speaking. If you want to learn more about me, you can go to masteryourstutter.com. All you do is type in your name and an email address, and then you can watch roughly a 35 to 40 minute video on my story, where I started, how I overcame it, and how I've helped many people overcome their lifelong stutter. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll be making many more, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.